All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start the side project showcase. So Robert's gonna show his game, and so go ahead and start when you're ready, Rob. I want to tell him a little bit about your game.
Sure. This is a horror game I made in a game jam. What was it, like a couple weeks ago? And we've been adding on to it after the game jam. Right now, I have made quite a few bit of these blueprints. The lights will go off randomly. I coded that. You just press this thing to turn them back on. But the big thing is I coded this guy who's that big Wendigo. Today I actually just made him like be able to hear things. So there's actually a print screen on the top left there that kind of notifies that he actually heard you. And hopefully he'll go away here so I can kind of showcase like the crouch here.
So what is that green meter that showed up? Because the yellow one is what, like a stamina, I'm assuming?
The green is your stamina because we have a sprint now. And the yellow is the battery.
Oh, of
But
your flashlight.
yes. But you see, if I'm crouching like this, he won't hear me. But if I get up and start walking around, he'll actually hear me. So that's pretty fun and offers kind of like a stealth aspect of it.
Yeah, I need a he just like right there through the door.
Oh no. But yeah, you can like kind of dead sprint now. Like you go pretty fast. My battery just went out of my flashlight, so now I gotta get a battery.
Oh, nice.
I
That's
got a
pretty
battery
nice.
and now it works. I don't know where he is right now, but he heard me.
Off to the left, I think.
Oh, there he is. But yeah, this sound is really cool. Like it's kind of scary now. Oh, gotta mute my mic.
All right, so Robert, you can continue to showcase his stuff. So continue to showcase your stuff even if you can't talk. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool that that you really turned this into something. Because I did happen to play the game jam when it wasn't it was published, but it wasn't fully done yet. Like even that body hanging there like that was not there yet. Certain things were already there, patrolling the floors, picking up the trash and stuff. But of course, like the thing hearing you and clearing the bodies, I don't know if that was there yet or not. Whenever I played, so the timer was there. Probably wasn't as long. So again, I did a play test of this when it was live on the game jam. But it's pretty cool to see the update though. Do you
Right, it should be pretty good.
do you happen to ever beat the whole thing in the time limit, or is it hard for you?
No, you can definitely beat it. Although I think my teammates actually moved some of this stuff around, so I don't know where it is anymore. Uh, there's also like jump scares that happen. I
Yeah,
don't
like
know
the
if we have
little
that
sound
set up
effects you
yet.
put in. Yeah.
Um, right now I'm just trying to look for the tasks. Oh snap. We might actually need to make the player a little slower. Because, I mean, I can just sprint and... Oh, you know what? Don't make the player slower. Make the Wendigo faster. That would be good. This thing right here, you pick it up. It says run, you turn around. Oh! I wasn't fast enough, I guess.
I still love
And he
that
still does
animation,
this.
though. Dorado did a really good job with that.
Yeah, he likes doing those things. But, yeah, we're still going on this. I'm having fun. I really like coding this guy. Like, the more I do, the smarter he gets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? Look at this. I think one of my teammates coded it to where these things spawn in random locations now.
What the what?
The body bags and the trash bags and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now every time you load up the game, yeah, that wasn't there last time.
Yeah, it'll be in a different location.
I bet it was Fernando that did that. So now I guess every time you play this, it's going to be different.
That's cool, though. It gives the game replayability, too.
The monster can hear this car alarm, too, and it'll go after it. I can probably wait here. If it's close enough, it'll hear it.
Now, I think this would be an assumption, but you can't kill the Wendigo, right?
Nope. You're just running away. Let me see if I can get this to work a little better. Oh, there he is. Eventually, I need to figure out how to stop him from
going through
the wall like that.
Yeah.
But for now, we're still just getting the main stuff going. Maybe that's something I can work on next.
Mm-hmm.
There's not too much more to this game quite yet, but if I can get the tasks done, I can kind of showcase the next level.
It might be cool to do, you know, a couple other levels too. So like basically whenever you complete all the tasks in this one, then like say if you want, of course, you could well, he just kind of popped up
boy.
right there. Yeah. You could do like say an outside level somewhere where pretty much like it's a limited area that you can go in and then have different tasks, you know, for a different officer or whatever, you know?
That actually sounds really cool because I think this
there he is again.
This parking garage is it's cool and all, but I do want like other locations.
Yeah, because then I mean, either one, you could have this officer go to different locations, give him a backstory, whatever, or use a whole different officer in different, you know, levels. You know what I mean?
Oh, I found it.
There you go.
So,
you completed all the tasks. So what do you do whenever you're done? There's obviously not a you win when you win. So do you just take and put this back somewhere when you're done?
The bad thing is now we just gotta wait and survive. Which is kind of like, I guess it was inspired a little bit by Five Nights at Freddy's. But in my opinion, I think like once you get all the tasks done, it should just end the day, but I don't know. Maybe we need to make more enemies that'll chase after you, even though you have like all your tasks done. I don't know.
That or having a way to like, you know, put it all in your logbook, you know, and then like say something with the you win, like I don't want to put it like a you have completed your tasks early, or or if time ran out, something pops up, you didn't finish your tasks in time, you know?
It does do that. Like if I didn't get all these tasks done, it'll be like you lost, you didn't get all your tasks done.
Okay.
But the trigger right now that I gotta wait for to finish this level is just survive until that timer goes down.
Well, then my suggestion then, so that way it's obviously more to the player as well, is you have your tasks, but once your tasks are all done, having like a boolean saying tasks completed, and if it's true, then add additional tasks survive. You know. So that way,
we could do
basically,
that.
it's not on there until after you've completed all the tasks. You know, so that way the player knows what to do till the time runs out. You know.
Yeah, that sounds like something we could definitely do. But I also learned a lot about like optimizing lights. So the game runs a lot better now. Like I saw when you were playing it, it was kind of laggy, and now I think I got it to where it's like pretty decent. All right, we get 5 seconds left. I don't know if we've actually coded this, but it should do something here.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the shift and completed all your tasks. You win.
Next level.
It's a spelling typo on the word tasks. I'm sure if you noticed it.
Oh, there's a typo?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's supposed to be like, another S before that. I'm pretty sure I saw it.
So, what's this level then? Is this like the same level or is it a different level?
Well, I don't know. I actually haven't looked at that one yet. This is pretty brand new. I don't even actually know what it's called. Level 2. So I think in level 1 there was actually an upstairs, and it will lead to this location. This looks a lot darker.
I'm not sure if it's the same level that you were just playing in, but before you went to this level, the level you were in was the first person map. At least because, which is how Unreal Engine's level folder is. The viewport that you're looking into is the name of the map is, is at the top of like near the file edit stuff.
I think what we did is duplicate the first level.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes that's very common. Yeah, I feel like that's very common sometimes when you're making levels. They can definitely just, a good game designer knows how to reuse assets and just making fresh ones all the time, or, from scratch. One question I do have though is like for all your lighting, what kind of lightings were you using? I doubt you were using point lights because I've actually recently learned that point lights tend to.
No, it's a spotlight.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been dabbling with spotlights just a little bit, trying to just understand them better because I heard recently that they're for optimization wise, they're definitely better on like as far as like data, like configuration and all that.
With something like this too, like a spotlight, it'll only cast the light down. So like anything above here won't get light, which makes sense because I mean it has this here.
Yeah.
So it's like both optimized, but I mean it's also like realistic, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, because Yeah. Because at the same time, I was actually very surprised as you were playing through the game. Like, I mean, granted, I mean, maybe you just don't have like, yeah, I don't really know what it is, but something, but like, yeah, just I've been trying to figure out more on how optimization tends to work sometimes. Because sometimes even when I'm working on a project and I'm like playing through the game and stuff, like in the engine anyways, it'll look very like frames are just somehow like dropping. like like uh like slow motion is being enabled and I don't even know how it's being enabled. And I'm not even, working with anything particularly that involves slow
Well,
motion.
Robert, I
Wise.
appreciate the showcase. Greg, do you want to take your turn here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my project opened up.
All right, and then
Showcase.
I'll see if I can if I have a time to run one or two of mine for the you know the ones that I didn't show last week. So that way, if I make any updates to any of them, really, then you guys can see. So last week I
Yeah.
showcased the airborne chicken, the jigsaw puzzle, and the runner game. Today, if I showcase, I'll probably show Pong and
Runner game?
Breakout. So,
Meaning Mad Dash?
but
Yeah.
yeah,
It wasn't
Sounds
out.
fun.
So I'm sure they're up on your YouTube page though, right? Alright, just making this a little bigger. Alright, so I just have a very simple prototype mesh layout. I'll just go ahead and play through this. It's a very dark game. Right now,
So,
anyways. I just
what's it
haven't
supposed to
really.
be?
So this game, I am calling this Cave Explorer, and it's kind of a Tomb Raider based game.
Okay.
It's sort of based off of Tomb Raider. So there's this torch here that I just picked up, and those are just reacting like candles. Anyways, I could just proceed forward here, and I've implemented like a few things to where so I have a lot of like placeholders with this things that to do something at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like right now my map is playable. There's just still frankly a lot of work to sort of go on, but I'm getting it there. It just has a very simple like type of almost like grapple thing to use. And,
So is that what you're
might
doing
have
there? You're like grappling those boxes or something?
really technically the edge actually. I actually made a little mistake. So again I have a lot of placeholders my in this level I'm playing in or that I'm working in.
Tens of thousands of fans hit the streets.
It looks really cool though.
Yeah, like on like I've been working on trying to like make it more on. So I'm not using source control, to be honest, for this project. And it's probably a bad thing that I'm not doing it, but I'm basically working on this project as needing a portfolio piece to ultimately like really show off my level design process in a way. Where okay, what I did just now.
They riot.
I'm gonna just
Also, Greg, if you go to any light and search for cast dynamic shadow, I think it'll like look a little worse, but it'll not eat up your what do you want to call it? Power.
yeah. I'm not. Oh, I forgot to check this box to be on. So I've gotten a little bit better actually at just really like I'm gonna just go ahead and play for years to be able to see the very beginning.
So are you talking
um,
about like right there, Rob? You know, where like the shadow was like casting or something?
I don't. I feel like if you do turn it off, I mean, I think when it builds the lighting, it kind of makes it ignore objects, I think. But yeah, I can definitely see your game chugging a little bit, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Yeah.
Might be the Niagara effects or something.
Yeah, I am using Niagara and Need for the torch system. But at the same time though, I'm using starter content. Basically, like starter content for like the flame and everything. So this is where Indeed gets very dark, and again, and then I have another placeholder, and like I need to work on Indeed fixing the torch just a little bit. Obviously, but yeah, this is like a lot of that that I've been meaning to get to and stuff to make this kind of like fully playable, or more like a polished build. But then again, that's because I'm not even in the finished phase. But yeah, this kind of just goes a little bit on. If you guys ever played Tomb Raider, the game that came out in 2013, my level layout is kind of based off of that. At least with this part, I kind of did a little better with making seeing a little more seeable. Wait, yeah, I clicked that jump. But yeah, like yeah, this is kind of like the final part of the video of the level that where I just was able to make a simple level. I've been able to just make crouching to at least make it look like it's cinematically like where kind of like in like some games where you just press a button or you enter a certain area and the character tends to go into a certain type of position. To where at least I've basically achieved that.
Have you ever used the modeling mode?
I have tried, but modeling, I really just don't get it. Like, I feel like I understand like I
I would
understand.
look up the cube grid tool because it's really nice, and you can kind of block out some things really quickly with it.
I mean, wouldn't Super Grid kind of be like the same thing, most sort of?
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, but I was looking up a video one time, and people were saying like a good level designer will use like cube grid and like rapidly like prototype an area with that.
Yeah. A part of me does slightly like I was thinking about this morning. Pretty much, I'm like, if I should try actually like introduce mobile streaming in with this because I mean, well, I really don't think that like all of my blackout and everything is like massive or anything like that. But yeah, you know what though? There is one nice little thing. I don't know why, but I think it's I don't know why whenever I'm going up onto this climbable ledge, like even when I jump, like up on it, I'm still in the phase of like, being in my basically grabbable state. I thought maybe some event is being triggered somewhere else that is just making it like that.
Everything. Two men decide to walk an electrical wire.
But yeah, no.
All right. Well,
But yeah, it's
mm,
yeah, it's just it's indeed a project that I've just been working on and stuff, and I'm a just there has to be obvious more stuff to work on. But
all right. Well, I'll go ahead and showcase my stuff that's a little bit earlier on. Three projects that are super early. They have a lot to do, but
sorry about that.
it's okay.
It's been a while on live in Discord.
But all three of these projects are super early on, not as far as the ones from last week, but I'm going to showcase those. So quite a few of them. We did Airborne Chicken, Jigsaw, and Run Project last week. This week I'm going to do the Breakout, Pong, and this zombie FPS that I'm working on. So, okay. So again, these are all super early on, so they still have a long ways to get finished. So just keep that in mind.
Understandable. I feel the same way with my game.
Yeah, it feels like you can spend as much time as you want on a single game and never be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in my source version of this, my actual, I have bricks in there now, but on this build version, obviously it's just the thing, and that's it, the ball and the. So yeah. So that's this one. But in my source version, I have 3 bricks that are like at the top, and then so 2 and 1 at the top here, and they change colors when you hit them. That's as far as it's gotten so far. So again, these are super simple, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of give an idea. But that's one. So that's a brick breaker one for the build. I've got to go submit my newest build for that one. Pong, you can see it's at build 1, so there isn't much at all to showcase here. All there is one paddle so far, and no ball, no nothing pretty much. So again, it's very early on, but as there's more to showcase, that's what this is for, to literally showcase, whatever we update in our stuff. So there's not much at all to show, but here's my paddle, and I can move it up and down. And that's it. So, yeah, and then eventually this paddle will be on the left side. There will be another one on the right side, and I'll do some updates for that, but not there yet. So, very straightforward. Nothing really in there yet. So, you got to do some updates there. And the zombie FPS. So far, all I have is a gun and the hands with the gun on them. So, again, not very much, but still started out. It doesn't really shoot or anything, but does aim down the sights and stuff like that. So, it's still very early on. Let's see, how did I do that again? Forget. What did I do to. Let's see, zoom maybe. See, it's been a while since I've even touched this that I don't remember. Obviously, I can run. You can see it changes the position of the gun when I'm running. I don't know. Okay, nope, it's not that one.
Trying to figure out what it could be.
Yeah, so this showcases the debug stuff, but you know, obviously takes my hands out of it, so that's not what you want. And tab also does that same thing. So I'm not sure what button I placed it on as far as the aim, but the aim does work. So I just don't know what I placed it on. So, but when I pick up that gun, I can. It's not shooting with this gun yet. So again, it's very early on. So there's a lot to do still. But yeah. Basically it's just a gun and running around a map so far. So nothing too crazy. So with that, that's 3, you know, but it's again not very far compared to the ones I showcased last week. But as I make more progress, I'll have more stuff to show on that, and there will be updates at some point. You know, it's just got to make the time to work on them. You know.
Yep.
So, but I appreciate you guys showing. Greg, do you have anything else to show? Rob, I know you've been working on your Wendigo and stuff, but do you have any other stuff like even school projects that you want to show that you worked on? Because I know you got recognized for one of them.
Oh, I could. Well,
Oh shoot, you fell out.
I
Probably
mean,
lagged out.
I guess I have like one other one on
Oh, you came back.
that I can just sort of just show off.
Yeah, go for it, Greg. And then same, Rob, if you have one as well, if you want to showcase that one you got recognized for at school, you know, I'd be happy to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a project that I'm working on now. I don't know if I told you this, Dan, but yeah, I had a contract job pretty much. I finished it about just a little bit about a month ago, but I was working on it for 2 months. And this project that I'm going to show is basically, actually, really, it was like the first project I basically worked on when I started this contract job that I did, actually with Full Sail. So I think it'll be something that's a little neat. I mean, it's not a finished game or anything like that, but I mean, it's a game that has like a win condition. It can be played through all that, and basically like I can, I'm gonna show off some final art assets.
All right, well,
I
let's
call
take a
them
look
final art.
because we have it going.
Okay.
So go ahead and pull it up and then share.
Yep, I have it up now. So great screen.
And
Okay,
Rob, if you
so-
want to go ahead and pull your other one up, you know, while you're waiting, if you still want to showcase the other one, I mean, that's up to you. I'm not going to tell you if you want to or not, but if you do, then you can pull it up and have it ready.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to find it because it's been a while.
Okay.
All right, so I have no idea why that guy decided to just spawn in
Yeah,
front
this
of me.
random guy.
Yeah.
All
right.
And now you spawned in a different
Spawn
spot.
behind. All right, so this is just a simple side scroller game where there's this is kind of like a Mario game pretty much. Except I am an actual health bar. I have these boxes where I can jump underneath them and then the coin appears. These are spikes that are just very, very like hitting the desk to try and make them look like there's something that you don't want to touch, otherwise your health will go down and all that. And then of course there's these great plus icons that recover your health. And yeah, just very bluntly, you want to get to the end of this game.
A broom hazard crashed a bulldozer into the airport building.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't add sound effects though when when I made this stuff. I guess I just ran out of time. Yeah, that's
So why
it's
right to
pretty-
left instead of left to right, if I can ask that?
on actually. So here's what's really interesting about this project. They wanted me to make it to where I can basically choose like which camera angle I want to be in.
Huh.
And I actually did manage to figure out where this, I have this nice little variable down here where, I can go with the right camera angle. And now it looks like I'm on the right, right?
Oh wow. That is pretty nifty.
Yeah.
That's
But-
really cool.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, the controls are inverse now. So to go right, you have to press A. And to go left, you have to press D. Usually going right is D. But yeah, that was just like one thing that I just couldn't figure out, like how like inverse controls kind of like work and all that. It's
I
just
mean,
like-
isn't that something to do just within the coding that you can like do it regardless of which direction you're pointing?
Different societies.
Because basically you just do the same event doing it both directions, right?
I guess it's just like at the time when I was working on this stand,
South Korea.
something like that just sounded too dang intuitive to me at the time. It doesn't sound very intuitive now.
Feel pressure and hatred.
On
Huh.
the, but yeah,
Well,
like
that's still pretty cool though. I like that
Yeah.
it is multi-verse directions. So basically, depending on
Yeah.
what angle you choose,
yeah,
depends on what way you go. So that's really cool. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
yeah. It's just coming. I just kind of like I'm saying, I couldn't really come up with like a simple pretty much like IMP, mapping context that would have controls based on whichever the camera angle is.
Literally puts a whole new spin on side scrollers though, because like literally it is not like any other side scroller because it's different in its own way.
Yeah. I do find it pretty interesting though from the back end.
Yeah.
Obviously the camera is behind the player now, which does make it. I think it makes the game actually a little harder. But it's nice that the camera still follows the player even in this position.
Yeah.
This reminds me of like Super Paper Mario.
Yeah. Well, what's really funny is like when I was working on this I kind of like, well, the thing is like I was presented with just a really nice document that just basically like made it just like somehow just like very like bluntly obvious or
Mhm.
like very direct on like what needs to be in this project and all that. So I really didn't actually have to like think of a reference game or anything like that. But Super Mario was kind of provided to me like in this reference or like like in the
All right.
like
Well,
as far
Greg,
as
thanks
but
for thanks for sharing this one, man. I like it a lot. Rob, do you have any other ones to share, or is that about it for you?
That's
For
it. For now, the project I got a reward with, I think, is somewhere. I don't know where it is, but I have a video of it. So
Oh yeah, well, showcase the video then. I'd like to see that. You can just stream that and just put it on the thing so we can see it.
I do want to head out because
okay.
I have people over.
Okay. Well, then next week, if you come next week, for the thing, we'll try to figure out a time that works for everybody. But whether this time or we'll figure out another time that works. But on Thursdays, is side projects day, so we can figure out, get everybody's updates and things like that.
That sounds fun, and I can definitely prepare more next time around.
Okay. Well, that'd be awesome, and I appreciate you guys both jumping in and showcasing your stuff. So thank you guys very much.
Yeah, no problem, Dan.
And
Thank you for this.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what it's
This was
for.
definitely nice. Yeah.
With as many people on the server, if they see people are partaking with showing their projects, they're gonna want to do it too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
just got to give it time.
Yep. Indeed. I mean, obviously, Dan, it's only my first day in this nice new server, so but I'm glad that we're trying to indeed make this server sort of boost a little bit.
For sure. And man,
I know
blowing up. What's up, Rob?
I know quite a few people in here are working on that game that we're doing, and we can't showcase it, So.
Oh yeah, of course. But other than that, the studio one, like just side projects mainly is the idea, because everybody's got side projects, right? So.
Absolutely, yeah.
So.
I'm having fun with this horror game side project. Pretty cool.
Oh hey, what's good? So, hey, would you like to share? Before we turn the stream off, sir.
Swiftly. A lot went wrong.
I'm gonna head out.
All right, Robert. See you later, man. Thanks for coming.
See you later, guys.
See you, Robert.
So, Acer, you want to showcase anything you got going on? I'd love to see what you got, if there's anything.
I actually just finished a project. Well,
Awesome.
I say project, but it's just a body study I did for my portfolio.
That's perfectly fine. I mean, you'll see this video afterwards. I mean, we already did like quite a bit of showcasing in here over the last like half hour or so. So feel free to show real quick, and we'll have it on the recording because we have it live right now. So.
All right. Let me pull it up.
And then that way we can post it. Other people can see it. They can comment if they watch it, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Just a simple torso study. I'm really trying to start utilizing more of my. I got the Anatomy for Sculptors book. Definitely recommend that.
And so for my stuff, I did 3 of my projects last week, 3 of them this week. So I mean, pretty much you guys are gonna be able to see all those updated firsthand. As I work on them. See where they started off and where they're at now. So check out that video from last week, which is also posted, and it has the projects that the people that were in there last week were showcasing, and then as well as the ones that I showcased last week that are not the same as this week's. So. Oh wow, okay. So this is like something in what, Maya or?
This is ZBrush. Yeah, I actually did this in ZBrush.
And so you like sculpted the whole thing like that?
Yeah, actually, so if you look at it from the side and from certain angles, you can actually tell like right in here where this wonderful ridge is. I actually started with a box.
Huh.
So I know it's probably a little weird that I did that. I probably should have started with like a sphere or something. But he does look generally very boxy, but anatomy-wise, men do tend to look more boxy. So I felt like it fit.
That's pretty cool. And so how did you do all those lines like there for the abs and stuff?
So for the abs, I went in at first with a dam standard and tried to sculpt them in, and that ended up not quite working. So I actually used the FormSoft brush and
Is that
pulled
something
out.
within ZBrush that you use,
It
like a
is.
tool?
So ZBrush has like a bunch of regular brushes. Like they all do different things. There's clearly a lot of them.
Okay,
But
so for me, this is like something brand new. I mean, I'm on the design side, so I don't know the artist side too well. But
oh, okay.
yeah.
So I mean, with ZBrush, there are some brushes that are a little better than others. I find that the brushes that you're going to use the most are the FormSoft brush,
Uh-huh.
which will give you a softer in and out. So if you want to create a bulge, like a specific bulge somewhere, or if something's supposed to stand out, hopefully my thing is not dead. So with this FormSoft brush, I
Uh-huh.
can take it, and if I do this, I'm just kind of like
Oh, okay, I
making it
see. Yeah. Uh-huh.
inflated. But alternately, if I hit a button, which on Mac is option, it'll depress it.
Huh.
So it's just instead of pushing in for the abs, I actually pulled out and tried to create the creases that way. Now
Uh-huh.
there's also the smoothing brush. So that brush is going to, if I create a decimation, so say I do something like this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh man, I don't like those weird ridges. I can just smooth everything out. And it becomes all smooth again. But
I imagine this took
that
some
and
time.
then
How long did it take you to get this model going?
honestly, I wish I could say a while. I think all in all, this maybe took 3 hours, but I definitely don't feel like it is top tier. Like, I don't feel like it's the greatest. I'm really just trying to touch into anatomy more so I can probably praying do something in character design or character art rather.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I still have my struggles here and there. Like I like looking at the ab wall here. It's not really like there should be muscles there, but I feel like they're not quite perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of like just a couple finer points I feel like I'm missing out on. But altogether, is it bad? Not at all.
No, I think that's
Uh,
really good for 3 hours, man. Like I couldn't even get that far in 3 hours for sure. You know, I'd probably still be
yeah,
like in this one section and be like, yeah, I can't figure this out.
well, I think part of this for me too was also exploring how I work because I feel like so I went to Full Sail. I don't know. I know a couple of people who are here didn't go to Full Sail, but I went to Full Sail, and I know in Full Sail doing art, we encountered a lot of different professors who really wanted to use a different pipeline each time, and some of
Mm-hmm.
them had ways that worked, and some of them had ways that just didn't mesh well with how my brain functioned. So this was also more of an exploration of what works for me as far as a pipeline goes, like how I work to make a high quality model. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like for me personally, I like to work from smaller to bigger or like from not good to great. So this is like the decimated mesh. I kind of started here, and then as I went up, I created finer and finer details, which
Mm-hmm.
to me makes the most sense. Um, but I took it pretty high. So that's why when you see me move it, it does that. You can kind of see the polygons in it
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because the faces there are I still have my lower resolution history in there. But this is a lot of polygons. There's a lot of polygons. Uh, but yeah, definitely an exploration just as much for myself as it is to really start putting things in my portfolio more
Mm-hmm.
and getting
For
stuff
sure.
out there
Oh yeah.
because I feel like that's where I'm at. Got to get that portfolio beefed up. Got to get things going.
So what about you, man? Do you work any studios, and what do you aspire to do? Now you said you graduated, or
I did. I actually graduated back in July, August.
okay.
And I want to work for a studio so bad. I just want to be. I'm not even. Do I have big dreams for the studios? Yes. I'd
Mhm.
love to work for like Blizzard or Capcom or something like that. But
Right,
I know
of
that
course.
the reality is I don't have that experience.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of
Um,
us don't, you know what I mean? But we all have to start somewhere though too. So like what kind of
yeah, and
artist do you want to be? I guess I should be asking.
oh, for me, I actually have a dual interest right now. So I really like hard surface, which is like weapons and stuff.
Okay.
And I also really like character art.
Okay. Well,
So
after this after we jump off this showcase, send me over your art station. I'll see what I can do to get you linked up with the studio to help you out. Cuz
oh man, I'd love that. But
yeah,
I
so
honestly I only have 3 things on my portfolio right now. My career advisor came in and like made me get rid of everything.
and that's okay. I mean, you can build things from the ground up, but you know, you have to start somewhere though too. You know,
Oh, sure.
you can't just how do I put it? You can't have a success story without having first put in, you know, some stuff not just on your portfolio, but showing other people what you can do. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's
Yeah.
not about what's on your portfolio. If you know people and you can showcase that you know how to do stuff, then that gets you in the door. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I've always felt like so I don't talk about it a lot like on my portfolio and stuff.
hmm
But I actually did hair for 10 years. I worked in a salon for 10 years. Um, which I definitely feel is transferable to character art because there's a lot of anatomical and kind of design features that you have to understand about human anatomy to be able
hmm
to do that job well.
for sure.
So uh I don't know, I just feel like I was kind of fit for it, if that makes sense. But I really for me, I want to get in, I want to get my hands dirty. I want to learn. I want to learn what it's really like to be in a studio and doing things.
Okay, and that's definitely the kind of you got to be the go getter and wanting to learn. You know, dig in. You
Yeah.
know, to
I mean,
be willing
does
to
that
do
make
that. You know what I mean?
sense?
So yeah.
Because like I don't know, it's strange to me because getting out of school the first time when I was doing cosmetology, you just go work for a salon and you learn on the way. And it's the same thing here with a lot more resumes and a lot more cover letters.
Yes and
But
no.
I'm just
And I
I'm
say
eager to
yes and no because if you network enough, you don't really even need to put in an application.
hmm,
I mean, I got with 3 studios and more without even putting in one application, just because of my networking skills.
that's awesome. I wish I
And
was good at networking then.
now, the one
But I
thing
should
that I
pay
will
more attention
suggest,
to it.
okay, there is a couple things I'll suggest. The first one is, you know, of course, you can network on your own. Um, that's number one. Number two is I can tell you firsthand from experience. I applied to AAA studios probably for the first week, 2 weeks outside of school. But then when I wasn't getting any hits, maybe got one out of like 40 that I sent out. So I was like, you know what? I was like, it's not worth waiting, you know, to hear back from these people. So I ventured into other things trying to see what I could find. And it only took me 2 weeks and I got a hit from an indie studio.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
That's awesome. And
with
I'm not opposed to indies. I think indies are great. It allows for a little bit more versatility and the chance to not be bound by a brand, if that
hmm
makes sense.
right,
Like there's ups and downs to all of it for
there is
sure.
for sure.
But no, I don't I feel like I could be AAA down the line,
hmm
but I need to get my for lack of a better term, I need to get my dues in first.
And that's
So
fair. So with that, you know, there's 3 things that you could do to well actually 4. The first one is game jams. Always game jams are good. Working with teams or solo, getting some stuff for your portfolio. That's number 1. Number 2, side projects. You know, so like that one you were just showcasing. Keep working on those and You know, find things to add to your portfolio that way. Number 3, find an indie studio to work with, you know, and that will require networking, whether it be on your own or otherwise. And then number 4, which I was kind of alluding to earlier, that I didn't mention yet. If you are interested, if you are not on LinkedIn yet, you should. You know, if you set up a profile, or even if you don't have one, I'll help you set it up on Mondays at noon. At noon Central Time, so that's 1 Eastern Time. I host a LinkedIn class every week. So with that, since I spend an hour and a half, you know, doing LinkedIn stuff, then I'll show you what has helped me find my success, and then we'll help you find yours. But you got to be willing to put in the work though, too. I went from 20 followers to 900 in 2 months.
Wow. Yeah, actually, I think I met you on LinkedIn, so I got that down. I follow a lot of people on LinkedIn.
So with that, man, if you ever have the time, even just to come by, and so that way, if you come by the class and you're part of the recording, I can send it out to you, because I do the same thing every week, so I don't want to be repetitive, so I don't make it a public post, because otherwise nobody would ever come to those meetings. So what I do is, anybody who does come to the meeting live, then I'll send them out the recording afterwards, so they have all my secrets of what made me successful on LinkedIn, and then as well with others networking wise. So that way they can not necessarily use the same formula, but they can create their own by what I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, come check it out on Monday. And Tuesdays I do portfolio reviews as well. So I did that last 2 Tuesdays now. So last 2
Okay.
Mondays LinkedIn classes, and last 2 Tuesdays portfolio classes. So, you know,
I'm
feel
definitely
free
gonna
to,
have to try to swing in for sure.
yeah. And I try to make it where it's one of those things that people are welcome to come join. This server's starting to blow up where we have a lot of people here, and I want people to have the opportunity to see their stuff showcased, or to be able to reach others, because you never know who you might find in here. I mean, there's all kinds of people in here. There's studio owners, indie studio owners. There's AAA people. There's all kinds of different designers and artists, and even audio and film people too. So, I mean, you literally have anybody and everybody in here. So,
That's awesome. I'm just eager to put that degree to work.
for sure. And you can make those connections. So, outside of LinkedIn, you know, talk with people on here too, and that might be your shoe in somewhere as well. So, just network.
All right, man. Thank you.
Sure thing, man. And Greg, I appreciate you being here too. I hope you heard everything as well. That you are more
Yep,
than
I
welcome to
did.
come also. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know about Mondays or Tuesdays if you indeed throw them on at noon, because usually I'm at work at that time pretty
sure,
much.
I understand.
Yeah, I'm at one question though, do you actually do anything on Wednesdays?
Nothing yet. Because I'm so busy
I
all the
mean, it's
time.
gonna take a day out. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally work 3 studios, and have a full-time job and family and all that. So I mean, I'm just busy all the
Yeah.
time, but I
Yeah.
try to make things available for people, so that way, again, with this server,
Yeah.
because like Greg, you remember the other server only had like 50 people. So this one
Mm, okay.
has
Yeah.
upwards of 200 already. So it's like 4 times the
Mhm.
amount of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
And so with that, it's grown a lot,
yeah.
and we're getting all kinds of professionals in here. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely cool. Yeah. I mean, I've been well, I've been busy, just too. I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but yeah, I mean, I have a girlfriend now, so I'm really, really happy with her and all that. But she does kind of take up, some of my time,
of course.
sometimes, to where, I mean, yeah, I've just kind of just been changing some stuff, with my good livelihood, and whenever I'm like really like just mingling and in Discord and stuff. I've really been just checking out, like the Design Den servers and
Mm-hmm.
Design Buddies just a little bit, and even then, I'll admit I've been busy to where I just haven't been able to, really do anything per se in those servers. But at the same time, working on my lovely little side project and playing games.
Yeah.
And then just sometimes I'm just so dang tired. Usually on Fridays, don't
For
feel
sure.
like doing anything. Just need to relax.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, again, I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys showcasing today. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the recording since it doesn't look like anybody else is joining us for now. But appreciate you guys again for being here. Feel free to drop by on Thursdays. Hopefully, we can get a time ironed out for sure. Because like last week, it was actually 7 o'clock, and this week it was 6. So the time kind of shifted a little bit. Of course, being the time shifted backwards and whatnot.
mhm.
And then as well too, just trying to find a solid time that works because like usually around 7-8 o'clock I'm busy with taking my daughter to gym on Thursdays, so I've got to figure out whether my co-owners of the server can run the meeting or if I have to figure out a different time that I can host it. But yeah, we've had a couple people, including you guys, so I appreciate you guys being here and showcasing your stuff. So
Thanks for
Right.
having me. Sorry I showed up a
Yeah.
little late. I was actually finishing up my upload to ArtStation.
and no worries at all. And I just appreciate you guys being here. And Greg's same thing, man. That side scroller thing looked pretty awesome that you showed.
Yeah.
I really liked it a lot. So
Yeah, but one other little note actually about that project is I'm pretty dang sure that there's a few other things that I actually added in like to that project that I didn't even have to, but I just decided to do it because I wanted to. So,
mhm.
but yeah, I think particularly the win condition of it was technically something that I don't think needed to be there, but I just figured it just made sense to just throw that in there. So, it just says level completed.
All right. Well,
But yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, Greg.
Yep.
So
All right.
thank you for
All right.
coming, man. Appreciate it. Okay.
Yep. Catch you in the next one.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.